Hey guys, welcome back to the BlissFam video. Today we got a mukbang going on. So we just decided to go with some Mexican food.
Yes.
So what do you got?
We both got 2 tacos with rice and beans, but you got steak, I think, and then I got chicken.
Oh, we gotta switch them.
Oh. Yes, so we got steak and chicken. Yes.
Show yours.
It's messy because of it got thrown around in the car. But there we go.
Yeah, so pretty much as I was driving home from picking it up, it just got all messy. It freaking not flew off the bag, but the bag fell. It got messy. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyways,
then we got chips and queso.
And then we got some dessert for later, so that'll be like in like a little bit. So for today's mukbang, we're gonna be talking about, you know, we've been in Tennessee for like about
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years now, and we just wanna share with you guys how it's been going, how we like it, how's
maybe the differences between
Florida and Tennessee, yeah. So
and Jersey.
So in Jersey. So for the people that's been watching us for day one, since day one, congratulations, you're fucking awesome. You're freaking awesome.
I forgot forks.
And for the people that's just not watching, welcome to the channel. So you know we try to at least post at least once to twice every month. Sometimes it's kind of hard with work and the kids and everything, you know, but we're slowly going up there. We're trying to get better. We're trying to get more viewers, and hopefully one day we just become full-time YouTubers, you know. But anyways, for notifications, let's get started.
We made a list of things to talk about because we knew we were gonna forget by the time we got here.
Heck yeah. So what's first on the list?
First is traffic and drivers.
Traffic and drivers, okay. So for traffic and drivers, you haven't been driving out here much, but from what you think, I mean from what you've been through, what do you think?
So traffic-wise, I feel like for me personally, it hasn't been that as bad as Florida because in Florida I drove a lot more. Because we moved here. I work where I live, so I really don't drive anywhere other than either taking the kids to school or like grocery shopping. So I always avoid high traffic hours in general. What happened?
It's a mess.
So yeah, I avoid high traffic hours all the time anyway. So like I barely ever get into traffic, but I know for a fact that obviously in the morning time going to work, coming home, school hours are the really high traffic areas, so he knows more about that because he has to drive back and forth for work. So that topic is probably for you.
Okay, so from my experience, first of all, I was a tow truck driver, so I drove all over Nashville, freaking drove out the states to pick up cars, come back, so I have an idea of how the traffic is like. It's funny because that's Ezra fake crying. They're just role playing. Anyways, so I'm not gonna lie. Traffic here, it flows. Unlike Florida, it flows.
I can't do it.
Traffic here flow.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Anyways, traffic here flows really well. So, but the only thing that I would say though is just depending on the time that you go out, you don't want to go out. So let's say if you go out like around 2 o'clock, right? 2 or 3 o'clock, you're gonna hit traffic. Okay. from 2 or 3 till like I don't know, like 6 or 7. There's traffic. Morning time too when you're going to work. Starting, it mainly starts at 8 or 7:30. Traffic goes on until like 9 o'clock. So that's one thing with traffic. What's it called? But
overall, it's better than.
Yeah, overall, it is better than Florida. That's for sure. So I would much rather deal with the traffic here than Florida, because Florida is more like a standstill. I'm not with that. You know, so yeah, so I like traffic here better than Florida, 100%. What else was in that topic? Drivers here suck ass. Okay, let's get that right.
Any type of like bad weather, so rain, snow. That's really the only type of like bad weather. They don't know how to drive at all. Like, it could be drizzling outside, and I kid you not, people will be like driving with their blinker or their hazards on, like at 20 miles an hour on the highway when it's literally drizzling.
Then you got shit on Florida, that's for sure.
Yeah, like obviously Florida is constantly like raining and like on and off. So everyone there is prepared, and they know how to drive through those conditions.
Mm-hmm.
The snow is fairly similar. I would say more people in the snow, they tend to not really be driving because we know ahead of time when the snow is coming most of the time. So the people that do drive in the snow, not the best either, but it's also because the state is they're not as prepared as obviously the states that get snow all the time. It probably last year snowed like once while we were here, and then this winter we got it like twice. And like another time it was just like a little bit of snow, but nothing that stuck.
Yeah, the snow here is nice. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that in a few.
But
actually, that's next. Let's talk about the weather. You go. Sorry.
The weather here, obviously, you get like all 4 seasons, which is really why one of the reasons I wanted to move over here.
Me too.
Was because I did miss the snow, but not enough to want to have like a full Jersey winter. But I really miss the snow, so I like having it like a couple days out of the year where, you know, we just get to go outside and play with the kids in the snow.
There's nothing better than bringing the kids outside in the snow.
They love the snow. Last year was their first year experiencing it, and they absolutely love it. They were so sad when it went away. But other than that, it does get really hot here in the summer. And right when we first moved here, we moved in like September.
Yeah.
We moved in. August. Mm-hmm. We moved in August, and obviously it was still summer here. But right when I moved here, it was like super hot. I think that first week was like in the 90s, like high 90s, if I don't remember.
Make sure you eat your food too.
Okay, but you keep telling me to talk.
Well, I'm talking in.
I don't want to eat with my mouth full.
That's a mukbang, girl.
No, my mouth full.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you start talking.
Weather. Okay, so let's talk about. Okay, we covered snow.
Yeah.
We covered the summer. It does get hot. It gets as hot as Florida, but not as humid. Okay, Florida, you walk out, you're sweating. Within 5 seconds, you sweating. Here, you walk out, bro. You can literally walk. You ain't sweating. The only time you sweating is if you're actually like working out or like doing something to make you sweat. But you ain't sweating. Someone keeps trying to face on you. So.
No, I used to sweat.
Okay, well.
When I was touring in the summer.
Well, okay, yeah, because you're actively doing something. Okay, your sweat just not as much as Florida. Let's just say that. And then we got spring, we got fall, autumn.
Oh, it's so beautiful in the fall.
Oh my God, yo! So let's say, sorry, let's say once.
That's nasty.
I'm sorry. Excuse me, BlissFam. Once the trees dies, And then
die.
okay, well not die, but you know when it gets cold, the leaves falls. Yeah, and then it starts to like bloom again, bro. Like
that's the spring.
It's so freaking beautiful, bro. Like they be putting out some beautiful colors, and then especially when it starts to get cold. When it starts to get cold, and then the tree starts to change colors. Oh my gosh, bro! Like
there's nothing like it.
So it looks just like our ending, our outro. How it looks just like that. That's why we picked it because of Tennessee. But it's so beautiful. And you know you have days that are like not so hot. You have days that are like not so cold. Like it's just the weather here is just like it's nice, man. Like
you're like driving on the highway, and when there are leaves on the trees, it's like the most beautiful like view ever. Just driving on the highway on our way home, it's just crazy.
The next one, people, they're nice. Okay, you have a mixture. Okay, you have some that just don't care, but you know those people they just come from like different states. You know, they come in here and they're just like kind of like jerks. But like majority of the Tennessee people, like the pure Tennessee people, bro, they are awesome. They're so nice, kind. They greet you. You'll drive by, they say hi. You say hi back. Like, bro, it's like it's an awesome feeling, man.
I think everything you said was right, but also like just to preface, we're comparing it to where we're from, which is Florida, and Florida specifically. Like those people, not all people obviously, but majority, you just don't get greeted like the same type of way. Like walking into like the public, even like the airport. Like even being at the airports are so different because the people are much nicer. Like
the airport here, which is I think it's MBA, right? BNA. Bro, the airport is so gorgeous, man. It's beautiful. It's up there. It's better than MCO. Yeah, I don't really take planes, so I don't know the nicknames.
I get to interact with a lot more people because honestly I work at a leasing office, so when people are looking for a place to live, I meet a lot of people from like a lot of different places. And weirdly enough, a lot of people are moving from Florida here.
And California,
Florida, like up north. We got a lot of people like from New York.
Our next topic is gonna be
bugs. They have a lot of bugs here. Obviously, there's bugs everywhere, and different states have like different types of like bugs. But I don't know. Over here, there's like a lot, but they're all so weird and different that I've never seen before. And like, I don't know, what's the weirdest one that you've seen?
Bro, we get these little like freaking. Yeah, I was looking at that. I don't know. My hands are dirty and like, yeah. So like we'll have like we're on the first floor. And we'll have like these freaking like small long bugs with like freaking with 18 legs. They just
more than that.
Freaking walking slow as hell.
They're the ones like when you touch them, they start curling up
into like a freaking And then we had these things called cicadas. Cicadas. So I seen that they only come out like
in certain seasons.
So like
the summer actually.
But they were saying like every like 17 years or something they come out like a big bunch.
But we're getting them again this week. They said it.
Anyways, last year, bro. Oh my god, I wish I had a video of it, bro. But dude, the whole freaking city was covered in them, bro. It was so bad and disgusting, and I was just like, oh. What is that, brother?
Well, because they're so like, they just run into you. They fly like crazy. There's so many that you're walking and they come and hit you in the face.
And then they make these weird noises too, man.
The noise is really loud, so like you can be outside in any little city where like surrounding us, and that's all you'll hear from outside. It's their noise.
Yeah, so that was something I was not really into.
I don't think stink bugs are mainly in here, but like we didn't really have them. Or did we in Florida? I don't really remember as much.
I didn't really see it much there.
But the stink bugs were kind of annoying too.
Yeah, and then we got like some freaking fat ass mosquitoes. Like, bro, them niggas jump type shit. Like, it's weird. You know, so comparing bugs from here to Florida, I think here is worse.
Yeah.
And then of course we're near mountains, bro. You know, so like that's something else too. Like we're near the mountains, so that covers up for the bugs. What's next? Activities. What do you think about the activities here? See, there's people here that have mixed reviews, and then this is something that like some people like what turns them off about Tennessee. But what do you have to say?
Honestly, I think part of it is because, or part of the mixed reviews is that there is a lot of things that you could do here that are like probably pretty far away. I guess from like, you know, Nashville, which is the capital of the city, or of the state, excuse me. But obviously in Florida and Orlando, where we moved from, you have Disney, you have all the water parks, a bunch of theme parks, like all that cool stuff. Plus, you're like an hour and a half minimum from, or yeah, like an hour and a half minimum from the beach.
Hour and a half, 2 hours, just depending where.
Yeah. So like you have a lot more options to do that are that's kind of like you don't really have to drive more than 2-3 hours. Where being here, there's probably the nearest water park was
10 minutes, 15
here?
minutes, yeah.
Where?
It's on the highway over here, like.
A water park?
Yeah. Not like a big water park, but like it's like, you know, it's a pool, slides, shit like that, you know.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But I just think it's I guess Nashville itself is more of like an adult city if you look at it, because you got obviously downtown Nashville where all the music, so
the hometown, yeah, yeehaw. I mean, it's kid friendly here too. Don't get me wrong. They have parks.
Yeah, it is.
They have parks that's surrounding downtown. Parks that's in like playgrounds. They have activities like.
You just stole a brownie and ran one.
They have different things to do, bro. Like, okay, the thing with Tennessee, bro, is there's a lot of fit people here. They have like indoor playgrounds too, arcades. Yeah, I mean, trust me, there's a lot of things to do
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot of things here. It's just what I'm trying to say is basically is when you go to like Orlando, you have a lot more options to go to that are not like as far. But
all right, so the next topic is food. Okay, one thing for sure is there's a lot of Mexican restaurants out here.
they're all really good too. The ones that we've tried.
Yeah, like I mean, we're eating that right now. You know.
But for food, yeah, there's lots of Mexican restaurants, but there's also a lot of like cool, like very fancy restaurants that you can go to around here. And I feel like a lot of that, I always see it like on TikTok too, like people visiting Nashville or people that live in Nashville kind of showcasing a lot of the things that you could do and all the cool restaurants. Like even my friend that I work with, she has like a full-on notes of like all the cool restaurants that she wants to go to. It's literally filled, like you can keep scrolling, and it's just so cool because she checks it off like each spot that she goes to, and I feel like that's a really cool idea. But it just goes to show like how many options, like how many cool different things that you can find. I do wish that there was a little bit more like Spanish food options, like Puerto Rican food, Dominican food, Peruvian food, like things like that.
No, well, they have stuff like that. Like,
they do, but
like Venezuelans, I think Colombian, I'm not sure.
But what I mean is, like, in Orlando, every corner you pass, like you find different types of Spanish food. Where here it's a little bit harder to find like different types. Like they're all like either far, maybe spread out over a wide area.
The closest Spanish spot is like, I don't know, about like 35 minutes away. You know,
Yeah.
and it's pretty good. It's not like the best, you know, but it's good for what it is. It's good, really good, you know. So yeah, that's our intake in the food here, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Cost of living. This is yours. What do you have?
To be honest, the cost of living, people like even we thought it was cheaper when we first moved, and maybe at that point it probably was, but now it's pretty much the same as Florida. Like a decent, like for example, this place, their rents are in like the 2,400 for like 2 beds, which if you look at Florida for like an apartment complex, like it's the same kind of standard, like same comparison. That's pretty much how they're starting over there. But pay wise, I've looked at my same like position that I work at now, and I've seen them in Florida to try to compare like pricing and how they pay over there. It is minor difference, but it is lower over there from what they're gonna pay than from like what you're getting here. Especially because we're in Nashville, so you know the cost of living in Nashville is a lot higher than if you go 30-45 minutes away from Nashville where they're cheaper.
Yep.
So here in Nashville you can also get a higher pay to kind of balance out for the reason, like to balance out the expensive living part. Groceries, like all of that stuff is pretty much standard, like no matter where you go. Gas.
Gas is cheaper. The taxes is higher here.
But you only pay, you don't pay, there's one tax that you don't pay here that you pay in Florida. State tax, I believe. We don't pay state taxes here, but I have noticed that like when they do take taxes for my paycheck, it is like a higher percentage than it was in Florida. But to be honest, I haven't really like dug into that to see like if it's a difference or not.
Yeah, not really.
That's
But
just,
it's
like,
just from what we see.
Something that I've noticed.
Yeah. But gas here is definitely cheaper. The apartments, I mean, it's slightly cheaper, not too much. The pay, it's a bit higher. Depending on where you are, yeah. Also, if you're just like what she said, if you're moving on the outskirts of Nashville, it's cheaper. Trust me, it's way cheaper.
The place that we moved from in Tennessee, we were in like Spring Hill, Columbia. The cost of living, obviously, in Columbia/Spring Hill compared to Nashville is a lot different, obviously. So the units that we were at, or the apartments that we were at, were for a 2-bedroom was probably like less than $2,000, which the reason we moved was because the company sold, which now their rent for that same apartment that was $1,900 for us is like 16 something. But that's because they knew the area a little bit better than our owners. But needless to say, like that's kind of where the prices are in that spot. And then here you're like $100 a lot, like $100 difference, which is crazy. But
yeah,
here in Nashville, so we're like 10 to 12 minutes from like being right in downtown, but like we're far enough away where it feels like a completely different city, which is so nice.
Yeah.
And we'll I guess we'll touch base on that more when we do our new like apartment tour, so we could take you around to see everything outside.
Yep.
But that's pretty much it for cost of living. It's almost the same, but slight differences just depending on where you're living, like what city you're in.
Exactly. So to conclude, hold on. All right, so this is our last topic, and for the last topic, we gotta hit it off with some desserts. What do we have here? Here, take it.
We got 2 different types of churros.
Oh, really?
One is like a traditional one, and then this is the Oreo.
Let me see that one.
It's traditional.
All right, so so either she want the white one. Show them. Come on.
I already know what you're about to say. Don't say nothing stupid.
Or she want the black guy.
You're not putting that in there.
Okay, all right.
Don't say shit like that. So we got don't touch it.
Okay, damn.
We have a traditional churro, and then he has the Oreo one. Yeah. No more. Did he just take? Levi! He just stole one. Go check. Oh wait, we got the camera. Wait. Like, oh, but they told me no. He's like, I'm coming. So our experience so far, which we kind of explained that a little bit in our questions.
Yeah.
But like, was it worth it for us to move? So in my opinion, I think it was 100% worth it. I freaking love it here. I don't think I would like ever want to move anywhere else so far. And if we did, it was just probably to experience it, or for work. Like if there's a better opportunity for work with the company, maybe. But I love it here.
No, cool. I love it. I can't really complain much. I do miss Florida sometimes, only because I was a DJ out there. The car scene here is a little bit not as better as Florida, but
Not as good.
yeah. But I mean, for me, that's pretty much it. Since we've been here, I feel like we just been going up, bro. Progressing. Each year, we're getting better and better and better. And that's why I'm glad to bring you guys along. You know, it's awesome that you guys are here with us to see our progress, to see our kids grow. But it's just cool that, you know, you guys are part of us, you know?
Yeah, you can see like where we started in Florida, then our first time being here compared to now, almost like a year and a half later. And just like how far we've come with even like the places, our jobs. We're both at the same job right now, and it's like the best thing ever. I'm
a maintenance technician at this job, making decent money. She's making decent money. Like, we can't really complain much. We're doing way better than what we were doing in Florida. You know, we pretty much just got up and left. Literally.
No, looking back.
Yeah, so to conclude the video, we love it here. We don't
highly recommend.
Hollywood would recommend if you're trying to change up your life, or
just change your scenery. Like,
yeah, I mean, Florida is a bit fast paced. You know, here it's kind of fast paced, but like more steady. In my personal opinion, what do you say?
Not really.
Okay, well, yeah, she said it.
Well, we have different opinions, so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our video.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Wow. I did not. Anyways, so
that is all.
Video.
We're gonna go play with our kids now.
Yeah.
And our
and
family.
then we're gonna make some kids too. So stay tuned for that one as well.
No, because we're not.
So make sure you like,
comment,
subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video. Peace. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We are sit the Henny for the day, baby. Bad man, we no spare, baby. Oops, I done fell for your way, baby. I know, girl, but